In the land of talking drums, where respect bows before a man's presence, the fathers sat in silence, teaching with their eyes and guiding with their hands. But time has shifted the rhythm. The modern Yoruba man now stands between the palace and the pulpit, between do as I say and hear me out. Tonight we honor the tension, we honor the truth. We walk the path of legacy with the heart to question and the courage to speak. Today, I sit with two men who have carried this mantle with depth, with fire, and with dignity. Please join me as I welcome a daddy very special to me, Daddy Yemi Solade. And beside him, a young dad who is leading the generation in even a better striving way, Lanre Adediwura.
I am Yoruba, born into a name older than my birth. They taught us how to greet elders, but not how to say, I'm hurting. They said, man up, but never showed us how to soften. So today I speak, not to rebel, but to remember.
We were trained to endure, to raise sons like soldiers and lead homes like kings. But who teaches the king when the throne shakes? I sit here today not because I have all the answers, but because I finally have space to ask the right questions.
In our culture, nothing meaningful begins without the kola nut. Tonight, we break it not only to start, but to remember where we come from. Welcome, Daddy. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you for having us.
Feels nice to be here.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
We would start with the rite of passage, which is something that I like to share with everyone, something that my grandfather used to do whenever he had visitors, which is breaking the orogbo before we begin.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let me pass this to Larry.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. We've been helping ourselves with the palm wine.
With the palm wine, yes, sir.
So in the Yoruba cosmology,
Yes, sir.
it's often touted that we eat this so that our voices can mature.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is for Urugbo, the bitter kola,
Kola, yes, sir.
as against a kola nut.
Kola nuts, yes.
So I will break this really.
Yes, sir.
So what I'll do is that I will break. I give to him to eat as well,
Okay,
and pass on to you.
Okay, sir.
This is not oath taking.
It's not all taken.
It's not oath
taking.
taking.
It's cultural. It's customary.
Yes.
It's our thing.
That's
Mind you, it's not restricted to Yoruba land.
Yes. Yes, it's not.
Carry me down. Carry me down.
Palm wine to take it down.
There.
Like we say, we'll wash it down with this.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is like water where I'm from. I'm from Ile-Ife to be precise. You know, Ilode, Agbole, Lukosi, Ibi Ojumogbe, Komo. Let me feel myself.
Please
So
feel yourself.
palm wine being our water.
Your national water.
Nah, national water.
But again, from Ile-Ife, it spread
Of course.
across the country.
Yes.
That's right.
Palm wine is taken in the east and
It
in the
is.
north as well.
And the
Of
north
course.
as well, yes.
Even beyond Nigeria.
Yes.
but we would ascribe it to Ile-Ife.
That's right.
Well, I can't contest that whether it's really
You can't.
the origin,
You can't.
of this white
You
wine.
can't.
White
No,
wine.
You can't.
Okay, Daddy, before we start, our breaking of the not bitter kola question is, what belief about Yoruba manhood did your father pass on to you that you now see differently?
Well, so many I will tell you, but one I can recall
Yes, sir.
vividly is more like an adage. Rántí ọmọ ẹni tí ìwọ ń ṣe. Remember the son of whom you are. You know, and then I can link that with the another popular adage in the Yoruba world that says, Ilé là ń wò ká tó sọmọ lórúkọ. You know, all these things are culturally inclined to the Yoruba cosmology. And for instance, my name is Olayemi. Simply means honor or wealth fits me. You know, in the Yoruba world, there's a word for every activity. Every activity.
That's right.
We are seated now. If a Yoruba person walks in, Eku Joko,
Yeah.
Eku Eto.
Ekweto.
Even if we are not doing anything, Eku Ari Kan Se Kan.
Enlengbe.
So my father often told me to always look back. The family heritage, and one should not involve in anything negative that would taint and soil the family name. And I've held on to that forever. But, well, we live in an era where a lot has changed.
Yes.
And we, fathers of today, try to adjust, but not drop the gauntlet.
Yes.
But then, so that one will not be tagged or labeled, maybe a sorcerer, a wizard.
Well, I think in my own case, it's similar. In my case, my father taught a father in me. I mean, he made a father of me from childhood. Now, it made me realize that, yes, you need to also take charge of the home when I'm away. You know, so he often say this to me, Ile Latin Keshorode. I didn't understand it. So I used to see Esho because I watched a lot of Yoruba movies then.
Yeah.
So
Like fashion.
Esho that I saw was
Okay, the
Esho
slaves in the palace.
So I used to feel like, oh, Ile Latin Kesh already like, okay, so my brothers have to, you know, they have to be my guards, you know, wherever I go. So I couldn't walk alone most times. So it was actually putting fear in me because I feel like, Esho si pelunyo, and then Ile Latin Mako, Esho Reode. So, but as time passed, I began to realize that, oh, what father meant was, you must understand how to protect the family's name. Now, for you to be perceived as beautiful outside, you need to understand that they first check your home and know what your background feels like. So over time, I'd always been interested in protecting the family's good name. You know, hence I would not be found doing anything that tarnishes that name or dents that name. So basically, that's exactly what I'm trying to pass on to my own kids as well. My son, for instance, is just 8, and he's taking charge, especially for a kind of job. I'm hardly home. Sometimes I'm away for 2 months. And when I call him, he goes like, my guy. Don't worry, I'm taking care of your wife. And you follow her too. I said, yes, that's it. So take charge. You know, it's never too young to start. You understand? You can always catch them young. So that was what my father did to me. My father was showing me things right from childhood. You know, he would play music that I grew up loving. You know, he would tell me about life. I mean, I miss the days of parents telling stories. You understand? My father wasn't educated, but he was full of wisdom. So he had moonlight stories to share with us, and we would always look forward to it. You know, there were things they were telling us to actually guide us against going into things that are evil or anything. You know, for instance, they tell you, oh, once something falls from you, it should teach. You know, but basically they are just teaching you personal hygiene.
Yes.
You know, and different things like that. So I feel for me, it was my father actually reminding me that I can be a father no matter how young I am. You don't have to give birth to father a child to take charge, you understand? We have people whose children are not directly theirs, and they perform even better than those who are biological parents to some kids out there, you know, because they've learned the skills of becoming fathers, even though they have no kids, you know, of their own.
Thank you. Okay, we're starting the question segment proper. Daddy, you choose a question from inside here.
This ọwọ́ ọmọdé
No, did you tell?
Tàgbàlagbà ọwọ́ kègbè.
What do we do?
Just turn it.
Okay.
Is it asking?
Okay.
Okay, here we are.
Okay, here we are.
Right.
Oh, question 1.
One.
Okay.
Okay.
What memory from your youth shaped the way you now raise your children?
I grew up in Surulere area of Lagos where the middle class actually existed. It's been eroded now. And the new Surulere actually, the Aderogunsoya side of Surulere. And I recall very, very vividly that I come from a very liberal background, where a child was allowed to express one's abilities, but if their abilities were tending towards negativity, one will be pulled back. So I had ample time to exhibit my talents here and there. I did sports, I danced. I was the first national disco champion of this country. I was Lagos State dance champion 3 years in a row. I won the African. I danced for Nigeria in Spain. You know, so if that was growing up for you, every day in my home, music was being played.
That's right.
So I grew up listening to music, and that tradition persists in my home.
Right.
Everybody loves music.
That's right.
I have a son that plays instruments.
Oh.
Yeah, and that is one thing that is, for anybody who knows me closely, knows that I'm a music buff.
That's right.
Wow.
I play music everywhere and all the time. So that is one thing that was handed over by my father. He loved music. And then fashion too.
Okay.
Fashion. I dress modestly but responsibly, but with eyes for details. I learned that from my father. You know, so I know how to put the accessories together with whatever I'm putting on.
That's right.
And the color combination, all of that I learned, and I've passed that on to my children.
Your children.
Till date, wherever they are, and they are dressing up, they snap or video, record themselves, and send to me, Daddy.
What do you think?
Say something about this. I say, okay, remove this, put this there, add this to that. No, this doesn't go with that. So I learned all of this. Then cooking.
Cooking?
Yes. I learned how to cook as a toddler, more or less under 10. I've always been in the kitchen, learning how to cook. Father, very great cook. I'm a wonderful cook. Then my son too, had started cooking before he was 12. And he would serve me.
I want to touch on that from your side as a young boy. Did you have sisters growing up?
Yes.
Now, a typical Yoruba family, I know that the daughters are in the kitchen. So what informed your interest?
No, you see, we weren't living together.
Right.
You know, my family, very small, but closely knitted. I was actually handed over to an aunt who was childless. You know, like they would say to Re'elekun, you know, to console her. And she wouldn't release me, my father's elder sister. She's passed on. And she would take me everywhere, the marketplace, everywhere, parties. And I was always with her in the kitchen. I was the only child in the house.
Right.
I can dissect chicken without breaking the bones right here.
Right.
I know all the joints where the cartilages are and everything. And so I learned the art of cooking through her, then to my father, and then pressing of clothes.
Yes.
I learned that as well. Till date, it still lives with me, and I passed that on to my children.
To your children.
So when it comes to home chores, I'm never found wanting. I learned all of that from my father.
Amazing. And I want to still, I'm coming to you, Daniel.
That's
just hold on.
It's fine.
Talking about growing up with your aunt, did that in any way affect you, not feeling connected to your immediate family, but living with a relative?
Yeah, my aunt was more or less my mom. My father's immediate elder sister. You would not know that she was my mom. You know, everybody called her Yemi Solade, and I looked like her.
Right.
So it was even very difficult to tell anyone that she wasn't my mom.
Your mom.
My biological mom. You know, like I told you ab initio, I was given to her to console her for childlessness.
That's very
And
very
one big family, one loving family. So I didn't miss anything because she stood in for everything.
I would have
That
thought
really meant well.
she would give you another name, Remilepo.
No, I had my name before I was
No,
given.
no,
to
like
her.
Give it to
just on the lighter mood,
Lighter
like
note.
Yes.
oh my Remilepo.
You know, I was to go
you know.
spend the holiday after school break, and
Yes.
and she wouldn't release me, and
Also-
not
I'm
to
trying to
step,
think about
that's not
it.
to step on the sensibilities. So
Right. Okay.
she was Solade, so I'm
So we
Solade.
did.
so
All right.
Cool.
well,
Okay.
Let's have you take your first question.
Share some right me then. Oh wait, we know if they're working.
Just
Ojebuka.
pour it out. Yes.
Okay.
Question
Right.
4. Okay. Are you ready?
I already know. Go back to Dave and I hear it. I hear it.
If your son became you, what's the one thing you would want him to do differently?
Okay. I would want him to play football.
To play football.
Yes.
Tell me about
Èmi ò
that.
mọ̀ pé ogun owó ni football máa dà. Honestly. You know, so, I mean, growing up, I loved football. I
Okay.
played football. In fact, I would have thought that's what I was going to actually feed my family with. But you see, I have a father who would never want to see me play football. Once I'm on a street soccer, and my dad, the way you will know that my dad had just returned from work is I would leave the goalpost. They would just be looking for me. It's like, I've sighted my father. He must not find me playing it. If he had known that football would be what it is today,
now.
he would have left me to play football professionally. So he made a major error. I played professionally to a point of getting an invite in Canada from Korede Ogungbemi Foundation. I'm sure if he's seeing this episode, he will remember. I don't like reminding him about it. You know, and all my dad needed to do or to say then was, no problem, you have my consent. We rehearsed this in the house. My father got to Elder Bioma's presence, and the story changed. And I was like, Omo mi ò lè lọ, kò tí ì parí school, kò ṣe, you know, and all that. And to an extent, I feel like I still feel positive about it.
Okay.
I mean, anything could have happened.
Yes.
You know, there is nothing assuring me that I was going to be playing on a bigger scale. You know, today I'm fine. I mean, I'm an actor and all that, but it was quite painful. So when I saw some guys that we played football together then, you know, making waves today, I go like, oh, come on now. You know, to think that I trained on the same pitch,
With them.
you know, with Obafemi Martins and the likes, you know, and today I just see them, I go like, ah. So maybe that's the reason why I don't like watching football. I support Man U, I don't know 5 players.
So how do you support
do you
them?
know
Because it
I
hurts
can, I
me.
can hold brief for your dad.
That's why I'm saying that I'm not
Those days,
blaming
okay,
him.
I'm
Yeah.
going to
Outrightly.
I'm going to attach it to myself.
To yourself,
Yes.
okay.
I was given admission to study law in Ife, and I switched over to drama simply because I wanted Professor Oleshoyinka to teach me.
Oof.
I did that. I took that decision in isolation. Nobody knew in my family.
Oh, wow.
1 year to end my first degree, and then it
They
leaked
saw
out.
the drama,
It is not the real drama.
the real drama.
And well, to cut the whole thing short, I was ostracized from the family. Ufe yomo buruku ni, you want to ruin the family name and blah, blah, blah. But today, every member of my family is number one.
want
I
to
don't know the
associate.
true number one. Everybody is a number one fan now.
That's
You see, Isidore tells you that once he had one's head above one's shoulders, and one knew what was doing. So I hold brief for that. Those days,
Yes.
parents would want their wards to study one of the so quote and unquote
That's right.
noble professions.
Professions,
That's right.
yes.
That's
If
right.
it wasn't medicine, it would be law, engineering, accountancy,
That's right.
now accounting, architecture, and blah, blah.
Architecture, yes.
But now, all these professionals, architects, doctors, engineers, lawyers, beg us for roles.
Yeah, that's
today.
right. That's right. You're very correct.
Interesting.
So that's why I said
we chose right.
that's why I say I'm not holding it against my
Against
father.
him,
I mean,
yes.
the only thing that would
That's
have
why I'm
made me
saying that
hold
once you
that
agree,
against him was if I wasn't successful in life.
Yes.
I mean, maybe he had just pushed me to the right path in life, and today I am enjoying what I'm doing as an actor, because as an actor, I am allowed to become anything.
Anybody,
So
yes.
I'm both a footballer, a lawyer, and whatever I want to be, you know. But I mean professionally, if my son was to be me today, I would instill that in him and tell him, bro, you'll have to play football. Interestingly, I'm trying to push, you know.
But it's not what he wants.
I saw my son on the pitch one day.
And you said, no, not for you.
Shemi Mobi Agriki.
Playing like a feminine.
Please, Aderemi, you are a great footballer. You will be a footballer by God's grace.
But don't you think that this is you so much being like your dad? The way your dad wanted you to study.
No, I'm not. I'm not even forcing it on him.
Okay.
So Aderemi loved football naturally. In fact, if you ask him now, he loves Ronaldo, he loves Messi and all that. But it's like he likes football, but football is not liking him.
Back.
But I will force it. Aderemi Magbabo. I want to see him in Arsenal. I want to see him in Barcelona.
But you see, looking at it now, this is like when you were younger and you leave the pitch because your dad was coming.
But funny enough, it wasn't like my parents were buoyant enough to even send me to school then.
Right.
You know, it's a different ballgame. I started bricklaying from as early as age 13. Wow. You understand? It was that tough. So it wasn't like they were buoyant. So that was okay, maybe I'm from a rich home and they just want me to study. So it wasn't like someone had this pool of funds to push me to school. Yeah, they tried in their little ways, but I mean, off record, I had to be the only graduate of 5 children. Do you know what that means? That's because I did not allow their status to determine how far I would go in life.
Amazing.
So I said to myself, Larry, you can't allow yourself to be this low. You can't keep being the son of a pepper seller. You can't keep being the son of a security man. You understand? You just have to make ends meet. You have to be great. And that's exactly what it is. I mean, if my parents were rich enough to send me to school, I wouldn't be bothered. I'd have just stayed back and said, oh yeah, send me to Harvard, send me to this. You understand? So it wasn't like they were
there's
buoyant.
still a missing point here.
Yes.
The link here is parents of those days celebrated 4 or 5 professions and itemized them.
Yes.
Every other field to them was not existing.
Yes.
And then they saw people in our field then as never do well.
Yes.
You know, they even cited examples.
Very true.
Ope Mugboni, But today, when they hear a movie is making 1 billion naira, they say, man, I bet clap for Nollywood. So it is what it is. But truly those days, it was art for our sake, for real.
It was.
So they were right in their judgment because they didn't see any of the partners those days. They were, that's not saying. They weren't doing really too well materially. And
so
like Lanre would want his son to play football.
Because of
I would mention footballers that I knew growing up who ended badly. They played football.
Very true.
Right.
But until the likes of Stephen Keshi opened the European gate, then the story changed.
So do we now say that what the elder sits to see when a child
if you like,
climb
cocoa,
you will see.
Days, I think I would also want to reverse it because I feel like some elders are slacking now.
Tell me.
And some kids are quite, you know, exposed and smart that they even see beyond what the elders will see now. I think the table are turned. You know, you'll be shocked what those kids know.
They have
My
more
son,
exposure.
do I tell you that at age 8, I wasn't as smart as Aderemi? You understand? Aderemi is smarter than even I am currently. There are things he corrects me on, and he says some things, and I go, oh, really? Yeah, old school means keep learning.
Keep learning. Keep telling me.
You know, so that's it.
I guess it's a school curriculum now.
Yes.
An exposure.
Exactly.
The kind of subjects, let me use that these children are taught are too advanced for their ages, but they have to learn.
That's right.
Yes.
So that is the difference.
That's Moving with the times.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, let's go to our next question.
We have to enlarge the orifice.
I don't want to join in that conversation.
No.
I don't want to join in that conversation.
All right.
No way.
Your question is question 2.
I don't want to have that conversation with you.
Question 2.
2 for him.
2 for Daddy.
Yes.
Yes, please.
2 for him.
Larry.
2 for him.
And your question is, when was the last time you were emotionally overwhelmed, and how did you handle it?
Well, I have a boy in the university. He's 16. As my pet, and I was with him the last week on the matriculation day, I was proud to see him, and he was looking nice, growing very fast. At 14, going 15, hair all over his chest and all of that. So I can imagine. I look at Fela and I
like
say,
his father.
you know Fela, so. And so I have a young man growing fast in becoming a man. So I was emotional seeing him alone in that world on his own, and he's doing well. I'm proud of him, but I was emotional just to see him file in and out of the hall and being authenticated as a university student.
Finding the space of his own.
I just clocked 16, and at 16 I was still smoking and drinking beer.
Off record.
Smoking cigarette
Okay.
or something.
Okay.
Noted, sir.
Okay, sir. Now, I want to touch on the emotions. Was there any, because you said your last son. So what was the difference with your other children?
No,
than me?
actually the only son I have.
The
Yes.
only son you
Yes,
have.
yes.
Now I get
Yes.
the emotional connection.
That's right.
The only one, the only son.
What would you say are your fears that you have raising your only son and knowing that you cannot control so much around him in the world of today?
My son and I are very close. We talk almost every day. And I say every day. Thank God for mobile phones. And he's in school. We relate very closely. I will tell you that since he was born until he got to school,
Yes,
the
sir.
uni, I cut his hair.
By yourself?
Yeah. I was his barber for some 15 years. Yes.
And how did he feel about that?
That's a
when
strong connection.
Because
Very strong.
That's
the
a
art
strong
of
connection.
haircut, I studied on my own. I'm a do-it-yourself DIY kind of person.
Right.
When I had hair like Lanre and all of that, I was cutting till now that it's
Okay.
like this. So I do it myself, and by extension, I cut hair for my son. And that's emotional for me. When I was going to school, I said, you're going to miss your baba. I said, yes.
Was that your way of saying you were going to miss him?
Yes, cut both ways. And so many other things. We share that passion for music. Like I told you, he plays instruments,
yes.
trumpet and saxophone.
Oh, wow.
He's very good on those instruments. And he's a lover of football, not the same team. I raised him being in my team, Arsenal. Now he woke up one day and he said he was tired of Arsenal.
I don't blame him.
And I've been the one buying the jerseys. So when I buy Arsenal, I buy Liverpool.
You have no choice.
No, I have no choice. And
So
that bond is very strong, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it a great deal.
I will come back.
I will tell you, he's my best friend.
Now, sorry, touching on the relationship between you and your son and the age gap, how would you say that you were able to shrink the years and connect with him on a level that he can relate to?
It's so simple, Tokwe. Yeah, I'm very youthful in here.
Your heart.
And it will amaze you to see the things I do.
Tell
You
us.
know, that most of my mates can't
Go.
try.
Give us one. Tell us one.
I'm a lover of hip hop. I
Hip-hop?
listen a lot to hip hop music.
if he starts
I
his
sing
music
song.
from the start of this street,
Yes.
you will hear the sound of his
I
car
play,
stereo
I
from here.
blast
He blasts.
music. You know?
That I know.
And yeah, let me not say the way I dress sometimes. When I'm on my own, you find me in boutiques almost all the time. I pick those things.
Sorry,
Then
off record.
fella,
That reminds me, sir. My Crocs.
your Crocs.
Oh, wow. You are begging on national TV.
No way.
Yes, sir.
How long ago was that?
Yes,
No,
sir.
That was like 2 years ago.
I will say to you. Now,
Yes, sir.
I dress like Gen Zs, like they will say, about those tops and what have you.
right. Yes.
Palazzo, these bags, I have them, but so I dress like Fela too. When I buy for myself, I buy for him. So we dress alike. And I move with the times, with the present times. So I'm not that over 60 kind of usual baba. I have to, no. I don't even feel that I'm over 60.
60. Amazing.
I don't feel that.
All right. Thank you, Daddy. Let's go back in.
This is the last door.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 6.
Yeah, 6.
Say father.
The way that she moved.
Now, turning
1,
it
2,
by
4, 6.
6. All right.
Is it actually 6?
It's 6. I checked.
Agbiwani.
Did you say something about it?
I said you picked number 6.
Are you
said it.
serious?
And he did.
Okay.
You
Now-
don't know him. He has taken Orogbo.
Your last
Where's
question
his-
before our general one-liner to the audience.
Okay.
It is, what one value should a young Nigerian man never lose?
Okay. Dignity is very important. In everything you do, as long as you know that you've got a dignity to protect, you understand, you must understand exactly what you're doing. Now, we are in a society where we feel it's patriarchal. Yeah, we're in a patriarchal society, you want to dominate, you want to do that. But when you have dignity, you understand how to run on inclusiveness. You understand? Include people in your thoughts. Think about what people will feel about things you do. How does it affect them directly or indirectly before you do that thing? You understand? So when you consider people, you begin to do things right. So I feel like your dignity is very important for me. Martin Luther King Jr. said, and I'll quote, "We must teach every Negro child that rejection of heritage means loss of cultural root. People without past have no future." So when you understand where you're from, you understand the worldview that you came out from, then you understand where to place yourself in the society. So don't be the bad news that everyone wants to read. You understand? Oh, we read news online, you understand, about people who put the nation in a bad slide. You understand? So where do you really want to belong? You know, so once your dignity is in check, you will do things right.
Okay. Now, on final notes, I want to touch on, you talked about being the son of a pepper seller and a security, and how you've journeyed to where you are now. Some people forget where they're coming from when wealth comes, and some people also say that, oh, money changes people. But I like to believe that money brings us who you really are.
Right.
Now, raising a child with the history that you have, how can you advise the young man watching who has experienced societal pressure and, okay, wherever it is he's coming from, but right here and now, as a man, I have to belong, I have to, in the society, I have to represent. How do you advise the man watching to go through the motions, to go through his process and to grow?
So I read just one book that changed my life, my thoughts, my orientation. It was Who Moved My Cheese by Johnson MD, one of the authors of 1 Minute Manager.
Okay.
And when I read that book, I understood the principle of running by yourself and not waiting for others. Right. So one of the things I did after reading that book was to visit my future. So sometimes you will have to visit your future and understand how big the future feels so that you can begin to work towards it. You know, so let nothing discourage you. Once you have seen the future and you know exactly where you're headed, before you give up on yourself, you will have to think of why you started. I started just because to get there. You understand, pressures will come, challenges will come, but as long as you keep visiting that future and you go, ah, it's bright, Larry, don't give up yet, you understand? That future is so bright. You know, so I saw myself being a superstar before now. He was one of those that encouraged me. And I must say this to him. He had no idea what that message was. It was so humbling of him to do. We were on set together, if you remember, on the set of Alagbara. I had just switched, that should be like 5, 6 years ago. I just switched from directing to acting. And I was privileged to share the set with him. And Uncle was lost in the courtroom recording me. We were on set together. He was recording my performance. He may have forgotten about it.
Remember.
He was recording my performance.
In Nebutemeta.
In Nebutemeta. He's supposed to be the next person to talk. And Uncle Lanre was like, Yemi Solade, you won't sorry. Oh, sorry. I had no idea he was recording my performance.
Okay. So
after that set, he sent a WhatsApp message to me and said, I saw a sterling performance today presented by you.
Aww.
And that was the only confirmation to me that I was on the right track. So I married that message with my zeal. And today, yeah, I'm close to being a superstar because I'm not where I want to be yet. You understand? So don't even call me a superstar yet because I just started. So he had no idea what that message did to me. So sometimes you need to surround yourself with people that will push you forward and not people that are only interested in telling you about their success stories and not bothering about how you want to get, you know, to that success land. Yes. You know, so that's basically it. So if you're young out there and you feel so tired, maybe you should take a pause, visit the future and see how bright it is again. Maybe that will inspire you to also push further. You understand? But as long as you grow, trust me, you will remain at the top. When you jump at it, you will come down. It's a law of gravity. Yes. So don't jump at greatness. You will come back down there.
You grow.
You know, just grow at it. Learn.
Before I come, Daddy, I want to still touch on this
Right.
first, because a lot of young men are experiencing strong pressure. And now, for someone watching that says that, you say, okay, as long as I have a dream, as long as I have a future, what if it's so bleak? What if it's so dark and they don't know how to come out of here to look at the positive? How do you advise them? Because I'm sure at different points in life you experience darkness.
Yes.
How do you advise them to come out?
Simple. Walk with God. See, there is no human factor that can take you there. Human will disappoint you anytime. I've been on several grounds. I'd smelt stardom. It felt like, I'm on this person I just met will take me to stardom. Oh, good. And just at the middle of the journey, the person just dumps you and you go like, so I have to go and queue again. You know, but the day I learned to walk with God, I took my hope away from man, and God did. You know, so I think God is actually the answer to that for that person. Whatever religion you practice, just stay glued to your God and just pray often. You understand? Yeah, man would discourage you, but God wouldn't, you know, so just keep moving. It's as simple as that.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Daddy, I'm coming to you now for your closing question. If your son became you, what is one thing you would want him to do differently? And this would be like a general advice to every young man watching.
Okay, if fella becomes Yemi,
Yes, sir.
I would instruct him, advise him not to be too trusting. And not to believe everything he hears or even sees. I'll tell him to depend on God, like Larry said. But then he should give unto Caesar what is Caesar's and unto God what is God's. There are men God has dropped on earth to be in position of authorities that will probably affect our lives. And whether we like it or not, their policies affect our existence and our lifestyle. So I would tell him to be very mindful of those areas. I would tell him to believe in himself. Like I've always believed in myself, the ability to do what I enjoy and I deliver promptly. I would tell him to be a very good person to himself, because everything starts from self. And then if he's lucky enough to have a good partner, then they have a happy home. And whatever it is that they enjoy, they will exude and then spread around the society, because nobody actually lives in isolation.
Yes.
Yeah, we encounter from when we're born through school to working and settling down in marriage, and then until we go gray and then we move, we encounter human beings. So God would not come in human form to do anything. But then if one is that lucky and you have great wisdom in building you, you can locate this kind of people that God will use for one's course in life to get to one's destiny. So for fella to become me, I would tell him to be a very innovative person. Don't depend on 9-to-5 jobs. Just be you, because the 9-to-5 is you. And I'm happy my son is like that. He's been exhibiting his talent from when he was a very young lad until now. I like the confidence. Tell him continue to be confident, because we have so many young men who don't even understand who they are. They don't look inwards. They look at the next person, and they want to be like the next person. When people accost me and they say, "Oh, I like to be like you," so I said, "No, don't lay a curse on yourself. Be greater than me. Be who you are." Yemi Solade is not like anybody.
That's right.
I don't want anybody to be like me, because I'm not like anybody. So just be who you are. Everything you see about me is strictly mine.
So before
Ordained from above.
God. Yes, Daddy. So I would like us to touch on men, steps on how to know yourself. Because, I mean, I'm not saying that men don't know themselves, but for the benefit of someone watching and saying, help me ask Daddy, what are the steps that I can take that can help me to self-discover? And also to be able to build wholesomeness and not fall for pressure of, oh, I have to have this, and this before I can be a man.
I see a lot of the youngsters. I talk to them. some who listen and want to follow the counseling, we find them in our field.
Yes.
Some have joined us in Nollywood. They've seen that, yeah, this is a better place to be than the Yahooism and all, what have you. And I always like to let the young ones know that you must have a profession. You must have something you do with your hands
Yes.
and your cranium to call yours.
Yours.
I would tell you, I've been an actor for 48 years. I'm enjoying life, being an actor. It's taking me to the 6 continents, now 7 continents of the world. And even before I was 40.
Amazing.
So what will anybody say? I may not have material things. That is who I am. And then you find these youngsters even deride us. Hey, waiting to get, you know, get money, you know, get you. You see, I don't know where all that started from, but everything still will be blamed on the family unit. Well, agreed, we've seen orphans, no parents who are shining examples in this country. They've become leaders.
Yes.
And we've seen youngsters who were born rightly, they had their naming ceremonies, they lavished, you know, money, everything on them, but they are not doing well today. They are ending badly. So somehow, you look at the mysteries of life too. But more importantly, is for any youngster out there who wants to become somebody. For self-discovery is to sit and look at himself in the mirror. Does he like what he's looking at? Does he feel cool with himself rather than looking at the next person who has just bought an SUV without any clean job? Where has the money come from? But now the young people worship money, but not all of them.
Not everyone.
We still have a great percentage of them that we can be proud of.
Yes.
You know, so the young ones out there, don't give in to pressure of any kind. Discover yourself. See, God has imbued in every young person, every individual, some form of talent, attribute. You all can't sing like Wizkid or Davido, but there's something you can do.
Yep.
I recall growing up, look at football Larry mentioned. We were beaten, scolded not to play. But now we look at the Lukman Ademola and we are proud of them.
Yes.
But we won't blame our parents for taking such decisions then because they didn't see footballers who did very well those days.
Very true.
But just like in our field, they couldn't count up to 20 actors that did well.
Successful, yes.
So they wanted us, they felt like if you had studied medicine, law, then yeah, we would do very well. But we got on our side, the creative are doing very well today, and everybody wants to attach themselves to us. So we are proud of who we are. So that's what I tell the teeming youngsters out there. Just look inwards. Discover, you can end up becoming one of the best akara sellers, and then that could just be your destiny. Take it off from there. And you can become another Tope Oloniyan, an actress, a presenter, and all of that. There was a time nobody knew us. Today
Very true. Very true.
We didn't fall from the sky.
At all.
We took a decision that we wanted to be what we are today. And God on our side, family supporting us, we are where we are today. So guys, continue, keep your head above your shoulders, and then you'll be there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I am sure that you have learnt more than a thing or two. They say the drum beat of a man's soul is quiet. But tonight, we heard it. We saw warriors remove their armor and kings become sons again. In their truth, we found healing. In their questions, we found answers. Because strength is not in silence, it is in shared stories. The truth that we tell in our Father's house, it never ruins it. Now make sure you subscribe to Talk by Oloniyan TV. Watch this with your father, with your son. This is the Father's path, and this is our legacy. call it? It's finished. I was going to offer you palm wine. We need more.
Ló wá bí ìyà jẹ ní mo dúpẹ́, olómi ò pa mí lẹ́kún, mo dúpẹ́.